Are we ready? One more. It's fun seeing your brains working overtime. It's good. Okay.
Finish with that.
All right, let's do my augmented. So first row is going to be 1, 2, and 3. Second row is -1, 3, and -2. Third row is 1, -1, -9. And last one's 8, -2, and 9. Okay? So my goal is to turn these two into ones, right? And then this triangle into zeros. Agreed? Hey, first position, it's already a 1. I don't have to do anything. We'll just move on to the second row. And I got to get it to a 0. All right? So, for a 0, multiply by the opposite and add to the row. So my rule is going to be that I'm going to have -2 times row 1 plus row 2. Everybody good with that part? Okay. All right. Then row 1 stays the same. Row 3 stays the same. And so, -2 times 1 is -2 plus 2 gives me my beloved 0. -2 times -1 is 2 plus 3 is going to give me 5. -2 times 1 is -2 plus -1 gives me -3. And -2 times 8 is -16. -16, wait, did I say that right? Yeah. -16 minus 2 is -18. Good? Alrighty, so now let's do my third row. So row 3, what's my rule going to be?
-3 times row 1 plus row 3.
Exactly, plus row 3. Everybody with me on that? Okay, so that means that row 1 and 2 are going to stay the same. Okay, so -3 times 1 plus 3, the beautiful 0. -3 times -1 is 3 minus 2 gives me a 1. -3 times 1 is -3 minus 9 is -12. -3 times 8 is -24 plus 9 is -15. So first column's done. Woohoo! Awesome. So now we need to look at the second column. And I need to change this to a 1. But hey, look below it. It's already as a 1. Let's just flip-flop and say row 2 is going to become row 3. Because then I don't have to do any math calculations. And I just rewrite it. So 0, 1, -12, -15. 5, -3, -18. Awesome. Good? Because now my last final thing is just to get that 5 as a 0. So row 3 needs to be, what's my rule? Danielle, what is it going to be? Okay, so what's the opposite of 5? So if I multiply -5 by the row above it, so what?
Multiply the parentheses by row 1.
No, the row above.
Row 2.
So I'm going to do it by row 2 because there's where my 1 is now. And then I'm going to add it to row 3. Better? So row 1 stays the same. And so -5 times 1 is -5. -5 plus 5 gives me my 0. -5 times -12 is 60. Minus 3 gives me 57. -5 times -15 is 75. 75 minus 18 is 57. -5 times oh, where did I get? That would have been like on this one up here. Because then I flip-flopped them. Okay? All right, I got my triangle, so now I can solve. All right? So I'm going to have 57z is equal to 57. And so z is equal to 1. Good? Okay. Y minus 12 is equal to -15. And so y is going to be -3. Now I can substitute both of those into the first one. X, 2 negatives are going to give me a +3 plus 1 equals 8. And so X is equal to 4. Good? Better? I told you, it takes 2 days of kind of watching through it, okay? And tomorrow, it's going to be such a cakewalk, you guys are going to fly through it. I promise, you just have to trust me.
Like really fly?
Like, you'll do a problem in about 45 seconds. I promise. I promise, okay? Now, I want to talk about 2 more things. Inconsistent is when there's no solution, right? When you get your 0, 0 and your 1, 1, 0, okay? If it's no solution, you're going to get a 0 over here, and you're going to get some number over here, all right? So basically, if you tried to put that back into an equation, you have no variables. So it's just like 0 equals 37, the false statement, okay? If it's dependent, that's where it's real, all reals. And what that looks like, you got your little triangle, but you got all zeros all the way across. All right? And so that's when it's going to, like saying 0 equals 0, and that's the true statement. Okay? If you get something like 57 and 57, don't confuse that to, oh, they're equal, that means it's all reals, because when you put your variables back into it, you can solve to get 1. Good.